Hi, welcome to a new video of mine. In today's video I would like to point out the importance of not surrendering, of always going back to the core of things. When you do something, when you decide to do something, when you decide to undertake something, it's very important that you know why you do it and that you know that you're doing it with pure intentions and that you will not let others who may have their own agendas pull you down or disencourage you to do what you do. If you know in here that what you're doing is the right thing, then that's the only thing that counts. And a few things led to this video. I started my YouTube channel for coaching a few years back. I got comments and criticism about the length of my videos, and also got some different kind of comments and criticism. So for example, some were saying, yeah, they were too long and they should be very short, just a few minutes, because people are busy and so they just need to take a few facts and then they can continue. But personal development and you changing your life, you improving the quality of your life, you actually implementing real transformations or undergoing a real transformation, personal level, is not something you do like, okay, there are a few facts here are a few bullet points, do this, that, yay, now everything is solved, wow. Yeah, that's not how it works. So I first was annoyed, and I tried to justify, to defend myself, and at a certain moment I was like, hey, wait, if somebody just wants to take something quick on the fly and then run, it's like fast food, what people are looking for. Quick bite, I don't have time for this, and yeah, and that's exactly why so many people are so unhealthy, because they do not take time to enjoy a good meal, to enjoy a good conversation. I mean, so many so-called successful people are a few minutes here, a few minutes there, and then they keep running. So they never connect with people, they never really interact, and they never go in depth. You say, I don't know, but yeah, they may be fast thinkers, but thinking fast and acting fast is different from letting something really sink in. It's all happening here, and this may be super fast. It's like if you would play some computer games back in the days and then you had a faster computer, then the game would go much faster. I'm talking about things moving so fast that you can barely react to them properly. And that's why they invented the turbo button, which was basically not boosting but slowing down your computer so that the game would be playable. The whole problem in the world is that everything had to go faster. Everything became about being specialized, which is tunnel vision, narrowing your focus. And there is no holistic approach, even if they talk about holistic blah blah blah. In most companies, that's not what's going on. Also, most entrepreneurs are not taking a look at the full picture. They just look at one thing they're good at and where they think they can make the most impact, the most profit, have the best results, or the fastest results, preferably. preferably fast results, most money. And if you would look at scientists back in the days, there would be mathematicians, physicians, philosophers, chemists, biologists. They would be holistic. Maybe not all of them, but most of the great ones were not just focusing on one tiny thing. They would have an understanding of the whole. And when it comes to business, for example, I worked in a company called UPS, probably know it, and they had a lot of good things and a lot of bad things, but one thing that I will never forget, that I really liked, and what there was one thing they really understood well, and that's how they make a difference in the market, because I would trust my packages with UPS instead of a DHL or a FedEx, is that in order to become a manager, so not supervisor but manager of a center or of a department, you would have to have worked in all the different departments. And this would mean, to be center manager, for example, you should have spent, I don't know, 6 weeks or a few months, even in HR, but also on the floor, driving, in sales, in all the different divisions, because this would lead to you actually understanding the bigger picture, so that you know that whatever decision you're going to take will not negatively affect another department, or will be in such a way that you utilize your knowledge of all the other departments to make something really efficient, so it really goes in line with all the different departments. Bring this back to science, and I recently started a second YouTube channel for fun about aviation. Then it helps to see the bigger picture there as well. So when it comes to scientific thing, technological thing, you need to know what the others are doing, so that what you're developing actually works. So somebody could say, okay, I'm going to build the biggest aircraft in the world. Airbus did it. And if you would not pay attention to what the market is doing, to what customers want, airlines, passengers, then you could build a fantastic product but would not sell. And you see this happening. You see it happening that companies build a product and then it doesn't sell. And these can be huge companies. I mean, we've seen it with Coca-Cola, who made a huge mess when they decided to change something in the formula. We've seen it with many companies. And that is because of the tunnel vision. Tunnel vision is also something that you can connect to discrimination, being it racism, sexism, whatever kind of discrimination it is. It's also people who are like this. And I saw a video about, I forgot the exact name, but the Nazis had created a protocol, a system to create the perfect race. So they were taking women who wanted to get impregnated, preferably a few times, to have children, with certain type of man to have the perfect offspring. And these men were encouraged to sleep with multiple women and to have multiple children. Also in their private life they were supposed to have multiple children. But the funny thing is, you create inbreeding, which means the group will weaken genetically, physically. And that is beautiful. It's the same thing. I mean, yeah, this group, we're better. So we stay together and we only reproduce together. And then in the end, you have a very weak group. And you saw that in the aristocracy in Europe in the, I don't know which century, but the aristocrats became really physically weak because they kept marrying their cousins over and over again just to keep the money together. And this was also done, it was before the French Revolution, but also still after. But around the French Revolution time, it was really at a high, and you saw really the weakness. And even after that, it still is being done, that certain people only marry certain people and they try to keep everything together. Although it's changing a little bit now because of the scientific proof that you may keep the money together, but actually you weaken yourself. And there's a beautiful movie made about it, Les Rivières Pourpres, Purple Rivers, with Jean Reno, where they wanted to do the same thing, but in the end actually the guys who were doing it broke their own rules because they needed people to be actually healthy. So narrow-mindedness, ultra-focus doesn't work. Coming back to not be pushed down and to keep walking your path. I recently got a lot of criticism on one video I made where I lashed out at Boeing, and not only Boeing, but maybe these people are very much Boeing fans, so about the safety issues, and that it's not something from just the recent years, but it has been going on for a long time and still is going on, because as recent as last summer there was again some safety issues with new aircraft. And then the only thing the people did was telling me that I was wrong and I had all the facts wrong, and that because I was not a seasoned pilot or an experienced engineer, I did not know what I was talking about and everything was wrong. But the interesting thing is that in my introduction on the channel, I clearly said I will bring some news and I'm not afraid to give my opinion. And this video was about it's time to change something. The whole video was about what I was seeing, so clear facts which are there, mistakes that are being made, decisions that are being taken, and their results. And I clarified where this all starts. It starts with greed, it starts with stubbornness, but mainly greed for money and power. And if a company is mainly directed and steered by the need for the shareholders to make the maximum profit, and then the next in line are the management board for getting the company there, getting the company to have certain results so that on the stock exchange things are going up, so the shareholders are making money, then safety is second, for example. The well-being of the employees is third, and so on. So I talked about mentality and also said that, okay, these people want to make a maximum of money, then for that you need to cut costs everywhere, and then the airlines also want to make maximum profit, but then you and I, the travelers, want to pay as little as possible, so the margins are going like this. So you need to start to cut somewhere. So they cut on meals, they cut on services, they cut on the luggage you are allowed to take with you, and in the end, unfortunately, they will start cutting on procedures, which can lead to unsafety. The funny thing is that the criticism was not about facts. They didn't tell me what I said that was wrong. They said, oh, we don't know where to start and everything. Yeah. My whole goal was to point out that, hey, there is a bigger problem than just 2 aircraft that crashed or just one system on a specific aircraft that is wrong. There are hundreds of problems, and they all come back to one reason and one reason only. Money is ruling. But people don't like that. The funny thing is, it's a channel which has 4 subscribers only, and people get so upset. And the video itself didn't even have so many views. And yet they wanted to silence me because I'm saying something that most people are not saying. It's the same with politics. People were upset like, oh, Hillary lost, now we have Trump, oh, so bad. Yes, I'm happy Trump won. Why? Because now everyone can see how dirty politics are, how big of a mess it is. With Clinton, things would have continued like that they've done for the past 50, 60 years, and everything would have been shoved under the rug, and nobody would have been the wiser. The same with Edward Snowden, Julian Assange with WikiLeaks. Oh, some people are like, oh, they're bad people, they're treasoners. Other people are like, hey, they're super. Well, they broke the law or not, if what they did was good or bad, in the end, it was needed for the bigger picture to be more clear, which was that there's a lot of surveillance going on, there's a lot of breaking the privacy, there's a lot of unlawful stuff happening, I mean through WikiLeaks, there's a lot that's being covered up, so now people know. Did they do it in the perfect way? I don't know. Did people get hurt? Of course, always. There are always people who get hurt. But the thing is, you should not let criticism stop you from doing what you believe in. I believe in pointing out certain things. That's why my videos are not super popular when it comes to personal development, because I'm not giving you this very quick solution with one pill and hey, all the problems are solved. No, I'm telling you, you need to do the work. Also with my clients, I'm telling them often, you pay me so that I kick your ass. I come with this whip behind you and I make you work hard. Because that is how you grow. No athlete won the Olympics because somebody came and started tweaking them with screwdrivers, scalpels or whatever, and then they won the Olympics. They had to train and train and train and train harder and harder for them to eventually win. And even if some of them got tweaked, people came with vitamins, with doping, with whatever, even with all that, they still had to train hard. Even Lance Armstrong, the guy who won the Tour de France with cycling, yes, he beat cancer, and yes, he took doping. But even with the doping, he still had to train like hell, and he had to bike fast and overcome pain to win the Tour de France. It was not because he took some injections and then, hoppa, he won. That would be that easy. Everyone would be just, you and I could just grab a bike, take an injection and win the race. Actually, a full month winning almost every day a race. I mean, these guys would bike on a day that I would not even do in a week. Especially not with the climbing the mountains. There's always work involved. My point is, please, if you're doing something that you believe in, if you're doing it for the good reasons that you feel in here, keep doing it. Keep walking your path. There will always be people who will say, no, don't do this, don't do that, don't change a thing. You should be happy with what you have, you should be grateful that you have that, don't change anything, just stay there. If you don't get up, if you don't move forward, the world will not move forward, your life will not change. And I've seen and I've come across a lot of people, and even some of them were my friends, who their lives haven't changed in the past 5 to 10 or 15 or 20 years. That's why they're not my friends anymore. Because they hated me, or they didn't accept or appreciate me taking certain steps and changing things in my life. Me leaving the corporate world to be an independent, me leaving the rich and safe Holland to go to Romania. For them it was a crazy thing to do. And I would suffer for it. But then I didn't suffer that much. I'm not saying everything was easy or still is easy. But I wouldn't want to go back. And so indirectly I proved them wrong. And people don't like that. Especially not this kind of people, because they don't want to take risks. Only calculated risks. But there is no guarantee that if you don't change anything, that you will always be safe. Some people may say, okay, I'll build a huge bunker with everything on it and I'll be safe. And then a meteorite comes down and boom. Whoops! You are protected from flooding, even from volcanic eruptions, earthquakes, everything, nuclear bombs. But yeah, that meteorite, yeah, no. You're still dead. Or worse, it doesn't hit you directly and you're still gonna live through hell. You wanting to change your life, you wanting to improve the quality of your life means you need to let go of certain things. It means you need to, I don't like to say it, but sacrifice comfort zone in order to get to a new place. In my case, it meant letting go of almost all of my friends. If I look today at who are my real friends, my close friends, none of those I had for all those years are today my close friends. Since I really took the steps to change my life on a profound level, to really grow from the inside out, everyone is gone. Everyone. Some people are still in my life, but they're not the close friends they used to be. Does it hurt? Yes, sometimes it does hurt. On the other hand, I'm really happy that those who are my close friends today, they are true friends. For one, they understand what I'm doing, they understand what I'm going through, and I can have real conversations in depth about what's important for me. Not about what's happening out there, in the world which politician is doing what or which company is destroying what, but what's happening with my life, how I feel, how I heal my wounds, how I transform myself, how I grow stronger and wiser. I hope I'm going wiser actually. So please, do yourself a favor. Stay connected in here, and I guarantee you will get on your path the right people who will support you, also those who hold mirrors for you, and someone like you. But you can only be liked by others if you like yourself. So work on yourself, trust yourself from within here. And don't be afraid to ask for help if you don't know what to do, if you get stuck, if in meditation you do not get the answers you're looking for, or you have trouble meditating, for example, then ask for help. You can ask me, for example. You can ask somebody else. And asking for help is a sign of strength, not a sign of weakness. That's ego who will say you're weak if you ask for help or whatever. Act from here. Always go back in here and you'll know what to do. You know when to ask for help, you know when to take a certain step, you know also when to stand down for a moment and observe. You are doing great. You will keep doing great. And just look back at where you used to be and where you are today, and everything you've learned in the process. And you'll know that you're on the right path. And you'll know that you'll overcome anything. So people say, yeah, I mean, you may die. Well, once you're dead, your problems are solved. There's nothing to worry about. Other people will be crying and, yeah, not your problem. So keep going.